Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel SAP Formula. In this video, let us see stock transfer order with one step. So in last video, I have shown you stock transfer order with two-step process. So in this video, let us see one-step process. Okay. In interview, they will ask what is the difference between one-step and two-step STO process. So now the process almost remains same. Okay. So what is stock transfer order? It is nothing but it is a process of transferring the stock between two plants, so which belongs to same company code. So now what happened? So this is the process. Say for example, I will copy this whole process. Okay, I will copy this whole process. So Control C and I will paste here. Okay, and Control V. Okay, so in this case, what happens? So receiving plant will raise. I'll copy this also. Control C and I will paste. I'll paste this here. So in this case, what will happen? So receiving plant will raise a purchase order to supplying plant. Now what supplying plant do? Will do supplying plant will do delivery. And in last video we saw for two-step process we will have MyGo. So but in this step we will not have MyGo because this is one-step process. Okay. So in one-step process we will not have MyGo and hence we will not have stock in transfer also. Stock in transit also. Sorry, stock in transit. So now how the process will happen? So in STO, what will happen? So whenever supplying plant, okay, whenever supplying plant deliver the goods to receiving plant, okay, the stock will be reduced in supplying plant and stock will be directly added to receiving plant. There is no stock in transit. Okay. So here what happens? So stock will be reduced. So stock will be reduced from supplying plant. So stock will be reduced from supplying plant and stock will be directly added to receiving plant. Okay, so this is a very important. Okay, what will happen whenever we do STO one step process? So stock will be reduced from supplying plant and stock will be directly added to receiving plant. Okay, so in STO process, system will determine 647 movement type. Okay, so if I go to this screen, in the last video I have explained you, correct? So this is, I'll copy all this. Okay, Control C and I will paste here. Okay, and I will paste it Control V. Okay. So in STO, what will happen? In STO process, what will happen? So what is the PO type? So PO type is UB only. The PO type remains same and delivery type is also NL and item category is NLN. But in schedule and category NN, so system will determine 647 as movement type because for 647 system will perform one step process because we do not have MyGo here. So these are the two important statements which you have to say. Okay. So what are the two things? So stock will be reduced from supplying plant and stock will be added directly to the receiving plant and system will determine 647 movement type. Okay, system will determine 671 movement type and the accounting entry is receiving plant debit to supplying plant credit. Okay, accounting entry. Accounting accounting entry is receiving plant. So receiving plant debit to supplying plant credit. Supplying plant credit. Okay, so this is the accounting entry. So whenever we do the stock transfer between two plants, correct? So when we do PGI, so that time this accounting entry will hit. Okay, receiving plant debit to supplying plant credit. So these two things are very important. So stock will be reduced from supplying plant and stock will be added directly to receiving plant. System will identify 647 as movement type and system will generate accounting entry and the accounting entry is a receiving plant debit to supplying plant credit. Now, what are the configuration steps? Okay, the configuration steps also remains same. Okay, I'll copy all this. So in the last video, I've shown you how to perform the configuration steps. So I'll just copy those configuration steps here. Okay, Control V. Okay, so now what are the configuration steps which we need to perform? So first create receiving plant as a customer in supplying sales area. So this is my receiving plant. Okay, so what is my receiving plant? ZZ02 is the receiving plant and is the customer number and maintain material in both the plants. Define shipping data for plant. So go to receiving plant and maintain the customer number and go to supplying plant and assign the supplying sales area. So now I'll go to SAP screen. Okay, I'll log in. Okay, click on continue. Okay, so I'll go to XD03. So this is my customer number. Okay, this is my customer number. Click enter. So you can see receiving plan ZZ02. Okay, so I'm creating receiving plan as customer. Okay, and this is my customer number. Now, what is the next step? Next step is maintain materials in both the plants. Now, I'll come back, close this. I'll go to SC16N. I'll go to MARC table, plan data for material. I will take the material number and I will execute. Now, this material is there in both the plants, ZZ01 plant and ZZ02. Okay, it is available in both the plants. Now, what is the next configuration step? Define shipping data for plants. So in this case, go to receiving plant and mention the customer number. So what is my receiving plant here? ZZ02 is receiving plant and ZZ01 is the supplying plant here. So now come back. So go to SPRO, click on SAP reference IMG. Now go to material management. Now go to material management. Go to material management. Now go to purchasing tab. Go to purchasing tab. So in purchasing tab, so you have, so where is that in purchasing tab? Scroll down, you have stock transfer, set stock transfer you will have here. Okay. So go to purchasing and source list purchase order. So go to purchase order. Okay. In purchase order, you will have set up stock transfer order and here you have defined shipping data for plants. Execute this. Now go to positions. Now go to ZZ01, which is supplying plant, correct? In supplying plant, mention the supplying sales area, sales or distribution channel and division. Now come back. So what is the receiving plant? ZZ02 is receiving plant. In receiving plant, mention the customer number, save it. Okay, come back. Now I'll come back. And next step is assign delivery type and checking rule. So execute this. So now go to positions. Now, what is our document type? Document type is UB, supply infant is ZZ01. And for this combination, you have to assign the delivery type NL. Okay, now save it. Now save it, come back. Now, what is the next step? Assign document type one-step procedure under delivery tolerance. Execute this. Okay. Now go to positions. Now, what is the supplying plant? ZZ01 is supplying plant and receiving plant is ZZ02. Click enter. Now, assign document type for the combination of supplying plant and receiving plant. Here we have one step. So click on this one step. So only when you click on this one step, system will identify, okay, I have to perform one step moment. So one step STO process. So if you don't check this, system will go for two-step process. Two-step process. Now save it. Now save it. Come back. So these are the configuration steps which we need to perform. Now, if I go now, what the process? So steps. So I'll copy these steps. Okay. I'll copy these steps, Control C, and I will paste here. Okay. These are the process steps which we need to follow. So in this case, what will happen? So in this case, we don't have MyGo. I will delete this MyGo. Okay. So in this case, we don't have MyGo. So receiving plant will create a purchase order. Supplying plant will do delivery and supplying plant will raise the invoice. So now if I go to ME21N, I'll go to /O ME21N. I'll go to ME21N. So what is my document type? Document type is UB. I will take document type as UB. Now what is supplying plant? ZZ01 is a supplying plant. It is a purchase organization, purchase group and company code. Click enter. Now what is the material I want to transfer? I want to transfer this material. So how much? Say for example, I want to transfer um I want to transfer 200. Okay. Now, what is my receiving plant? ZZ02 is receiving plant. ZZ2F is the storage location. Now, what is the price? Say, for example, I want to give for 200 rupees. Okay. I want to give for 200 rupees. Now, click on this check. Okay. No message issued during the check. Now, you can see the shipping tab has been uh, populated here. Okay. The shipping tab has come here. Now, if you see the delivery type is ZL, shipping point is Z1AU. delivery priority which is copied from the customer master, shipping condition from customer master. You can see here we have customer number, okay, receiving plant as a customer number here, and this is the sales area, and system is proposing us the delivery date, everything. Now click on this check. Okay, document is complete. Now save it. Now what is my STO purchase order number? So this is the purchase order number. So now I'll paste it here. Okay, this is the purchase order number. Now, after creating purchase order number, we need to create delivery with reference to purchase order number. So what is the T code? T code is VL10D. So now I'll go to screen. So slash and VL10D. I'll go to VL10D. Now go to purchase order number and give the purchase order number here. Okay. What is the purchase order number? So I'll copy the purchase order number. Now I'll give. Now click on execute. Okay. Now select this line item. Click on the background. Okay, now select this. Now select this. Now click on the log for delivery creation. Click on this. Okay, now select this line item. Now click on documents. Now this is my delivery number. Select this. Go to display document. Now go to change mode. Now go to picking tab. Now enter the pick requirement 200. Click enter and perform. So before doing post goods issue, so what I will do, I'll go to slash o mmb. Okay, I'll go to mmb. Now I'll give the material. This is the material. Now plant is ZZ02. Okay. Now I will execute. Now how much I have? I have 1450 and on order stock is 200. So now what I will do? Now I'll perform PGI. So I'm performing PGI. Now I'll come to this screen. So I'll execute this. You can see 650. So even without performing MyGo, system directly adding the stock to the receiving plant. Now in STO, in two-step process, what happened? So without doing MyGo, okay, without doing MyGo, stock will not update. Okay, without doing MyGo, stock will not update. But coming to STO one process, STO one step process, we don't have MyGo here. So like I told you, what will happen? So stock will be reduced from supplying plant and stock will be directly added to receiving plant post PGI. Okay, post PGI. Okay, there is no concept of MyGo here. So now, and what is the accounting entry? Receiving plant debit to supplying plant credit. So now this is my uh, delivery number. I'll copy this delivery number and I will paste here. Okay, this is the so this is the delivery number. This is the delivery number. So now if I go to slash n VL02N, okay, so this is the delivery number. If I go to document flow, you can see stock transfer. This material document got generated. If you go to display document, if you go to accounting entries, so you can see, so supplying plant debit to receiving plant credit. Okay, this accounting entry system will generate. Okay, so now come back. So after this, what you want to do, you want to raise the invoice for customer. So go to VF01. Okay, and select the document number and go to F8. Go to F8, click enter. Now save it. Okay, if we double click on this, if I go to condition tab, you can see the price is 200. So system will copy the price from purchase order to invoice while creating STO process. So this configuration step I have shown in the previous video. Watch that. Now save this. So this is one step moment. So one step STO process. So here important thing is system will determine 641 moment type. So if I go to slash and VL02N, okay, click enter. So now if I go to header tab, if I go to administration, okay, you can see this is the delivery type. And this is the shipping point which is copied from PO. Now this is my sales organization. So each and every detail will be copied from PO to sales or PO to delivery screen. So now if I go to goods movement data, goods movement data, you can see 647 has been generated. Okay, so 647 moment for one step STO process. For two-step process, it is 641 moment time. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you have any doubts, please raise your question in the comment box. I'll be happy to answer. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe because it will help you to give the notification of my upcoming video. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.